Today, I'm going to be matchmaking the UFC title picture in every division, the fights that need to be made to keep the state of the UFC good, and keep people happier and keep fans invested. So, starting with flyweight, the first fight to make is Pantoja Van. It's kind of a given, but it's probably going to be in December. It's the fight to make. I mean, they faced off after UFC 317. Van, he's the most deserving by far, so yeah, it's an easy fight to make first in flyweight. The second fight I would make in flyweight, probably on the same card, is Moreno and Tyra. Moreno's sitting at number 2 in the rankings. I know he has the losses to Pantoja, so another fight's not very interesting, but once you do enough, you kind of got to give it to him, so. And then Tyra's coming off a great win. I know it wasn't the best competition, but still, even in the Royval fight, you could see the glimpses of how good his grappling really is. So, yeah, I think he deserves that Moreno fight. That's a clear number one contenders fight, so I think that's what we should do next at flyweight. Those are the only two fights for flyweight. The rest of the division's pretty booked up. Royval and Kopp are booked to fight. I don't really like that fight all too much, but it is what it is. I can't change it, so yeah, that's what I got for flyweight. Moving on to bantamweight, O'Malley and Song Yadong seems to be the fight that's going to happen, so that's what I have for you. That's probably what I would do also, and it's what's going to happen, so no point in changing that. The next thing, pretty much the division's pretty booked up, so I don't have too many fights, but the next thing I want to mention, if Mario Batista beats Umar, I think he should leapfrog Peter Yan. I know some people probably won't like that, but he's going to be on a crazy win streak, and an Umar win is unbelievable. So if he does manage to pull that off at UFC 321, I think he deserves a title fight. Moving on to featherweight, I got Vulcan Murphy as my first fight to make. I know Movzar probably deserves it more, but Murphy took Movzar's fight and won in very impressive fashion, so it's what they're going to do. I don't mind it. The next fight I got is Movzar versus Diego 2. I feel like that's the best number one contenders fight you can make in the UFC right now. I mean, we've already seen the fight once. It was an awesome fight, and I feel like it does make sense. If Movzar's not going to get the title fight, Lopez has already lost to Volk, so I feel like it makes sense. The next fight I got is, we got three guys, Yair, Allen, and Aljo. I don't know who should fight who. I got Yair and Allen down, but you could really kind of mix those guys up, however, and I guess there's an odd man out, so I don't know what to do with Aljo, but yeah. I got Yair and Allen. And I guess Gene Silva, I don't have him here, but I guess Zalal Emmett winner, I guess. Alright, moving up to lightweight. Some people aren't going to like this, but I got Ilya and Gaethje. Gaethje, before the Holloway fight, really did deserve a title shot, and he came back and fought a dangerous guy in Fiziev, so I don't mind him getting the title shot. I know it's not the most interesting fight ever, and a lot of people are going to say he doesn't deserve it, but I don't mind it. I'd rather have that happen than have Ilya be super inactive. So I got Ilya and Gaethje, hopefully early next year, one of the new Paramount cards. Then I got Arman and Paddy. This better get done by the end of the year. Arman's got to fight. I don't mind Arman versus Ilya, but I do think that Arman, before getting his title shot, should not be coming off an almost 2-year layoff. I mean, he hasn't fought since UFC 300, which is crazy. And yeah, Paddy deserves a step up, so Arman and Paddy, maybe at MSG, that would work. And then I got, Holloway's going to be out for a little bit, so I got him versus the winner of Oliveira and Fiziev. They're fighting in mid-October in Rio. So, yeah, I feel like that's a good fight. Holloway and Oliveira already fought once, and it was kind of indecisive. And Fiziev versus Holloway, obviously, would be a banger. Nobody's denying that. And the next fight I got for lightweight, they're not really in the direct title picture, but Hooker and Dariush. They're not really in the direct title picture, but they're big names, so I threw them on here. Moving up to welterweight, you got to make Bilal Usman. I mean, it's the fight that makes sense. It's obvious. Usman doesn't seem too keen on it, but it's the fight that needs to happen. And then the real number one contenders fight of the division is Brady and Shavkat. Hopefully that happens before the end of the year, but I don't even know anymore. That's what should happen. And then the winner will fight the winner of JDM and Islam. And you might be wondering what's up with Ian Gary. I have him versus Morales. There's not really a fight for him. He's kind of left out, but I think Morales is a good fight. And I don't know if Gary really deserves a number one contenders fight right now. So a Morales win would be, or just a Morales fight in general would be an awesome thing to do in the meantime. Moving up to 185, it's got to be a Mavov for the title shot versus Chimaev. I mean, it's just undeniable at this point. There's no point even talking about anything else. Then I have Izzy versus MVP, which is, I know they're buddy buddy, but it would be a big fight, and hopefully they would take it. So I think that's what should be next. So that's what I would do. I understand if they don't want to take it, but I feel like that makes the most sense. Then another two more guys that are kind of buddy buddy is Strickland and Baralho, but that's another fight I think needs to happen. I just think it makes the most sense. Baralho, he showed up against Mavov. He looked pretty okay. He was the backup for the title fight, so I think a Strickland fight is pretty deserved. I don't think it's too bad. And then moving up to 205, I think it really depends between Pereira and Ankalaev is what you do next. If Ankalaev wins, I think the winner of Yuri and Khalil makes the most sense. But if Pereira wins, I think it's got to be the Reyes Olberg winner. Pereira could move up to heavyweight, but if he doesn't, then I think that's what they should do. And yeah, the rest of, light heavyweight's pretty booked up right now, but that's what I would do with the two. That's what I would do depending on what happens between Ankalaev and Pereira. Then I got Tom versus the winner of Jailton Almeida and Volkov for heavyweight. Heavyweight is such a mess, but that seems like at least there's some order there. That makes the most sense. Then I got two more fights for heavyweight. I got Pavlovich and Lewis. I know they've already fought, but I feel like that's a decent fight, and maybe the winner could get a title shot, I guess. I don't know. I don't even know anymore with that division. And yeah, that's what I would do. People are always just complaining about the UFC title picture, but I think these fights are the best way to fix it. So, yeah. Second video on the channel, so if you could like and subscribe, it'd be much appreciated, and I'll see you in the next one.